Hello and welcome to MtG. I'm Sligh and today I show you Sligh deck for Premodern. It's also known as a board deck or mono red. And it's actually good and really effective deck. It's a classic aggressive deck that tries to win game as fast as possible and effectively use all their resources like cards and lands. Actually mostly it's a cards. Today I show you my version of the deck, my deck list. It's actually just I think most popular decklist from the internet, not really unique, don't have any specific tricks or specific cards. When I tell you about some other variants of main deck and about sideboard and other variants of sideboard cards that you can use in the deck. So let's go! So here you can see my variant of Sligh deck, and I will tell you about every card by curve direction from first turn to last one. Third or fourth. For this deck it's important. Before we start, I must tell you that Sligh is a really popular deck. Popular and effective. If you look at any Premodern meta game, you will see that it's deck number one. A lot of players use it, play with it and have fun. So let's start. In the first turn you will play a land, a mountain and of course this beautiful creature. In the best case mostly it's Jackal Pup. And the first looks at this artwork. It's wonderful, I think. And creature is good at the same time. It's 2-1 for 1 mana, like Savannah Lion, but with little drawback. When Jackal Pup will deal damage, it deals so much damage to you. And it can be a problem. It can be a problem because it's hard to block with Jackal Pup, because you will still get the damage from the creature that you block, and also because this deck is most popular. And basically Lightning Bolt is a popular card. When you play the Pup, Lightning Bolt transforms to Searing Blaze. It's I think modern card that deals damage to creature and owner. So Lightning Bolt will deal 3 points of damage to creature and owner at the same time. It's actually a problem, so Jackal Pup is not good card in the mirror match. If you have not Pup or don't want to play it, because you understand that you play mirror, you can play other good creature for 1 mana, 1/1, Grim Lavamancer. It's really cool, not because he can go to attack to 1, but because he has ability. For 1 red mana you can exile 2 cards from your graveyard and deal 2 points of damage to any target. It's perfect. It's perfect because it's just basically free shock effect every turn until you have a card in graveyard. But you swing spells, so you have a card in graveyard mostly. And actually it's not the best variant for first turn because you have not cards in graveyard if you don't start from Fishlands. So also you can play, last but not least, Mock Fanatic. For 1 mana 1/1, you can sacrifice him to deal 1 damage to any target. It's actually a really fine creature. Can go to attack, can kill something, is a goblin. And of course he can kill creatures like Lavamancer, Jackal Pup, Birds of Paradise, Lanova Raves, many creatures and creature active deck. And deal little damage to opponent, 1 little damage. On the second turn, basically the deck have not second 2 mana creatures. Yeah, instead you can play 2 of your 1 mana creatures if you still have them, or 1 of them and something else. The best variant, as I think, it's Seal of Fire. The enchantment for 1 red mana. You can sacrifice it to deal 2 points of damage to any target. And actually it's fine, because you can play in second turn some creature, seal, and use it to deal 2 points of damage in any moment when you need it, not in a moment that you play it. It's cool. Also you can put as a mana spending Cast Scroll. Really cool card. For 1 mana, 3 mana and tap, you can name a card, your opponent randomly choose card from your hand, and you will deal 2 points of damage to him. You understand, it's work well when you have only 1 card in hand, yeah? Hard to randomly catch wrong one. It's also deal 2 points of damage to any target, to be honest. And it's good plan for this deck for late game, because in late game you can every turn draw a card, spend 3 mana to deal 2 points of damage, and when use this card, play it like a land or cast it like a spell. It's cool. Also this card avoids some of Sligh hate, like Circle of Protection Red. It's prevent damage from red source, but it's artifact, it's not red source. It's cool. On the third turn it's all better, because we have 3 mana spells, really effective. First one is a creature for 3 mana, Ball Lightning. Actually I'm not saying it's a creature, because Ball Lightning have a haste, trample, it's 6/1. But at the end of turn it will die anyway, you will sacrifice it. So it's like a spell that deals 6 points of damage but don't work well. So one of your good plans, maybe even best variant when you play first and start your game from Jackal Pup. On the second turn go to attack and sit with maybe Incinerate spell, removal spell. Second turn you kill opponent blocker when put ball, go to 8, your opponent on 10 life, so you need just 3 cards from burn section I tell you about later. Other option for third turn is enchantment. Sulfuric Vortex for 3 mana. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 points of damage to player, and also players can gain life. It's a really cool, really important effect, because our strategy is deal damage and go and finish your opponent quickly. And if your opponent will gain lives, it's like a problem for us. He will prevent our damage. And with Vortex on the table, he can't do it. Also, when you play Vortex, opponent's upkeep will be first upkeep, so opponent will gain more damage than you, basically. It's fine. 3 copies about this card is because Ball Lightning is not so good and even sometimes awful in the mirror match. If your opponent has the Mock Fanatic on the table, it's still nothing, you just tap 3 mana to kill Fanatic. And this card also not all the time so good, so 3-3 mix is fine. Now we can go to most effective burn section. It's also spells that you can use in the second turn for 3 mana or in any moment for 3 mana or to finish the game. Lightning Bolt, Incinerate, it's basically looks similar. Bolt you think instant, for 100 mana deal 3 points of damage to any target. Incinerate the same, for 2 mana, 3 points of damage to any target, but this target also can be regenerated. So if your opponent will use Albino Troll or Sedge Troll, you still kill him. But it's the same 3 points of damage. Last one burn spell is it's perfect, it's great, Fire Blast. It's the main card of the deck, I think. For 6 mana, it deals 4 points of damage to any target. And it's have an alternative cost. You can sacrifice 2 mountains to deal 4 points of damage. Sacrifice mountains look slightly dangerous, yeah, you will lose 2 lands, but mostly you will finish game with Fire Blast. If you have 4 lands and all of them as mountains, you can play 2 Fire Blast in the same turn. And Fire Blast, when you play it for alternative cost, I'm pretty sure that you will never play it for 6 mana. It don't need mana to pay, yeah, so we will have at least 2-3 mana for any spell, so we can at the same time play Incinerate and Fire Blast. It deals 7 points of damage. Really cool. It's just when you have 2 lands. If you print on 7, he can just die, even if you have 2 mountains in the battlefield. It's cool, it's really effective. 2 last cards, 4 last cards actually, 2 pairs, it's mostly optional slots. First one is Price of Progress, a really powerful magic card. It's instant that deals 2 points of damage for every player for any non-basic lands he have. In our deck we have some non-basic lands, but not so big amount of them. But decks like Land Steal or Enchantment Combo have a lot of non-basic lands, and mostly will deal 6 or even 8 points of damage for them just for 2 mana. And of course it's really good to deal 4 points of damage. And then worst case you still can mostly in Premodern deal 2. This card is not fine in mirror match, to be honest, and I'm thinking about other option now, but I tell about it later. Second card is a Lava Dart. For 1 mana it's deal 1 point of damage to any target, but it has flashback cost. You can sacrifice mountain and deal 1 more point of damage. Actually, again, sacrifice mountain is not good, but if you flood it, why not? And it's like, again, shock effect. For 1 mana, this card summary will deal 2 points of damage, but you can separate it to deal 1 point to 1 creature like Ball Lightning and 1 more to player or to other creature. It's, I think, really fine. Really good option to have. Let's look at the lands quickly. We have 20 lands, 10 mountains. I used this beautiful one from Ice Age, but you can use any mountain as you want. 8 fetch lands. Let's start from Barbarian Ring. 2 copies of it. It's non-basic land, so it's single land that will dangerous for us when we use Price of Progress. And it's non-basic, of course. It's deal 1 damage to you when generate red mana. And it can generate mana only when dealing damage to you, but at the same time have threshold ability. If you have 7 cards in your graveyard, you can sacrifice it, pay 100 mana and sacrifice it to deal 2 points of damage to any target. It's cool, you know. This deck don't need many lands, so it's better to sacrifice land to deal damage than just play land in late game. And also, it's as a Cursed Scroll, avoid the some of Sligh hate, because it's not red source, it's land, it's colorless. Perfect. And also we have 8 fetchlands, red-green, red-black, but it's not important. Fetchlands is not basically a land, it's non-basic, but it don't generate mana. You need to sacrifice it, pay 1 life to search your library for land. Mountain, forest, but in our case only mountain. And it's really cool by different reasons. First one, it's For deck, it's important to top deck spells. Yeah, we need 3, maybe 4 lands, but not 5 or 6. In ideal case, we will not see 5 lands on the battlefield. And to make it, we use fetchlands, because every fetchland is not -1 land from your deck, it's -2 lands. So your chance to draw spells will be maximized, and chance to draw lands will be minimized. And second important part, that's fetchland go to graveyard, so it will be activate your threshold ability for ring, and also it will be full for your Lavamancer, because your Lavamancer exile cards from graveyard to activate ability. Pretty fine. Fetchland's not so cheap, so if you want to be on a budget, you can not use them, but your deck will be not so effective. It's not critical, especially if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but better to use fetchland if you can. Now let's talk about other options that many people use in popular list of this deck, but I'm not. First card will be Artifact. It's Urza's Bubble. It's actually popular decision too. For 0 mana, it's absolutely free. You will sacrifice it. Look at the random card open player hand to maybe slightly more concrete build your plan, or maybe just know nothing. Sometimes it can help you to understand against what deck you play, yeah, on the first turn. So after this, after looks at the random card of the opponent hand, you will draw a card, but not at the same moment, only at the beginning of next upkeep. So it's can be slightly problematic sometimes. Mostly people use same as I show you popular deck list, but without optional cards that I use, Price of Progress and Lava Dart, they use for just play set of Urza's Bubble. It's interesting. By one side, it's actually a good card. Yeah, it's illusionary make your deck not so big. Yeah, it's for cards that actually just fetch for the spell from the top deck. So you will play with deck from 56 cards, and it will give you most chance to top deck Fire Blaster or land, depend on. And also it helps you to just be more maybe effective, but sometimes it's a problem, yeah, because in the first turn, of course, it's fine, because you will understand against what deck you play, and just transform your deck to not so big, but at the same time you will keep a hand with bubble, so you will keep hand with one random card. It's not like mulligan, but not so clear information about your start hand. And also in the late game, or even in the middle game, it's can be a problem, because if you use this bubble, draw it from top deck when used, you will draw spell on the next turn, on opponent turn, but on the next turn. So against control decks, if your opponent tapped out, you give him chance to use counter magic, or even draw a card to use counter magic. And if you draw a creature or any sorcery speed spell from the bubble, you will be slower for one turn to play it. You will not play it in the opponent turn, you will not attack in the next turn. So I don't like it so much, actually. I prefer the optional cards, even if they sometimes not work well. One more card that I actually want to use instead of Price of Progress, because it's a lot of Sligh decks in the meta game, mostly. It's Earthquake. For 1 red mana and X, deal X points of damage to every creature without flying and every player. It can be so good in mirror match. Just imagine your opponent play a few, like 2 Jackal Pups. Actually, I'm not sure it's a good idea to play Pups in the mirror game, but your opponent play them. If you do it, you can spend 3 mana for deal 6 points of damage to your opponent, kill 2 of creatures from your opponent, and just get 2 points of damage to yourself. It's can be fine. And also it's good against any creature-oriented deck like goblins or elves. One more card that other people use, but I not, it's a Shock. It's a fine instant for 1 mana, deal 2 points of damage to any target, have good artwork, you can see, it's kill the attack. I'm pretty sure that it can't kill attack mostly, but I use instead the Seal of Fire. Yeah, it's again for 1 mana deal 2 points of damage, but Shock, of course, instant, so you can use the surprise effect. Yeah, your opponent will know that you have a Shock and play it only when you play it. Seal, you just show the seal. Yeah, you play it, and the opponent will know that you have this 2 points of damage. But also you can use Seal in the early game to spend unused mana. Like if on second turn you have a creature, only one in your hand, you can spend 2 mana to play this creature and Seal. And when in future you can use Seal as direct damage or to kill creature. At the same time, when you Shock, you must choose it immediately, deal damage to player or to creature. And if you on the second turn play Krisha and sit with 1 opened mana. If you want to use your mana effectively, you need to play Shock to your opponent at the end of turn. We will have not so many options, so I prefer the seal. Now it's time to talk about sideboard. In my deck I use, I think, again, most popular cards. Playset of Red Elemental Blast or Pyroblast, as you choose. Some people use like 2 Red Blast and 2 Pyroblast, I've seen it. Blue and Premodern strong, so it's good to have option to counter it. Also blue have one of hate cards, Chill, so again, good way to counter it. Next card is Energy. I use it in my sideboard, I like it, but it's by the one side it's destroy all white permanent. Must of hate for Sligh is white permanents. It's War, Circle of Protection, Red, Exalted Angel. Yeah, if your opponent play all of them, you can destroy all of them by 1 energy. But at the same time, it costs 4 mana. Your deck is not so, you know, ramp. Yeah, mostly will have like 2 or 3 lands in the battlefield. 3, it's looks like you don't need more than 3 actually. So maybe it will be slightly hard to cast it. So not sure that it's best decision, but I like it because it's cool to destroy white permanents. Maybe it will be better in the deck with bubbles. One more card from my sideboard is Overload. Good artifact removal. For 1 red mana, destroy artifact that costs 2 or less. So for 1 red mana, destroy Phyrexia and Dreadnought. Also you can pay kicker cost, and for 3 mana, destroy artifact that costs 5 or less. And I'm pretty sure that I don't remember playable artifacts for Premodern that cost more than 5. It's actually a good card. Fine to kill Dreadnought for just 1 mana, because actually we have not many other ways to kill Dreadnought, yeah, with 4 lightning bolts. Next important card is Stormward Crypt, Exile Graveyard, really helpful against strategies that use Graveyard actively, like the Rock or Enchantment Combo. And also I have in sideboard Pyrokinesis, because it's helpful against creatures decks, like Earthquake, but by different way. You can don't spend a mana for this to kill a lot of little creatures, and it will be more you know, effectively to just spend 2 spells for kill creatures and pay mana for this. Yeah, so it's fine. Now let's go to other sideboard options that I don't use, but they actually good. First one is a Mock Salvage. For 3 mana, instant, destroy target artifact. But if your opponent control island and you control mountain, you can play it without paying this mana cost. So in match that we mostly want to destroy artifacts, Dreadnought decks, it will work all the time, and it all the time will be free. Looks really cool, yeah. In case of Overload, you need to pay mana. In this case, you don't need to pay mana. It's fine to kill cash for free. And again, if you need to destroy artifacts in some other matchups that will cost like 4 mana, you still need to pay 3 mana for this card, as in case of Overload, if your opponent have not islands. I want to try it in the future. Last optional sideboard card is a Triton, and it's so interesting. Of course, Sligh has a problem to fight against big creatures with toughness 4 or 5. You need to spend 2 cards to kill all of them. Or you need to try to ignore them, but it's not work all the time, because you can chump block it by Jackal Pup, you know, don't good plan. And Triton can help it, but problem of this card is that when you steal your opponent big creature that he played right now and deal lethal with attack, it's best card in your deck. But in all other moments, it's worst card in your deck. Cost free, unusable. It's I think if you will use it, you will see a lot of times that you look at this in your hand and thinking, why I put it in my deck. But in the right moments, of course, the killer, game killer, yeah. Of course, it's a lot of red cards in Premodern and you can use them in sideboard or main deck and to surprise your opponent. But today I show you most popular deck list and popular options for deck. Thank you for watching this video up to the end. If you like it, please support me by leave a comment, press the like button or subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, have a nice day, have a nice games, bye.